Recording in progress. Hey guys, it's Mongolian Mindset. Today we're gonna be helping one of our members, Jordan, find his personality type. Jordan, you don't have to go in any traumas, anything like that. We'll just use whatever you say to triangulate down on your best fit type. Can you introduce yourself?
Right. So my name is Jordan. I'm 22 years old. I'm finishing up my master's degree in food technology. I'm looking to get into doing sales and marketing in the future, aside from having that job. I've been doing a lot of client outreach for appointment setting, with vaguely, it's not very much success right now, but I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, so I got introduced into typology probably a year ago at this point. I started with CS Joseph, and I waited for a very long time to get that typing, and I paid $500. And he typed me ENTP.
Wait, don't tell us, man.
Oh.
Don't tell us. We keep going. We don't want to know, we don't want to know your type.
Yeah, but again, maybe he was wrong. That's why, again,
yeah,
I'm
but
still
we don't
not
want to know. As long as we don't know, we're good.
All right,
some people sometimes if someone says a certain type or something, then it kind of makes us go a lot harder to that, like someone's not that type or something. Like we had the infj girl who thought she was an infj. Took us a long ass time because it's like, oh, infj's in our head, so we gotta make sure that we're not seeing an infj when she was ISTP. So yeah, that's why we say that.
All right, yeah, sorry about that.
All good, man.
My bad. All right, okay, so yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm trying to finish this whole thing. It's been very difficult because, but I mean, I'm gonna keep trucking on, and hopefully it, works out well.
What do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
I'd probably be working a 9 to 5 and then have something on the side, having money online, basically making money online. That's the thing that I'm trying to build currently, that side income. Because I mean, there's a good chance that I'm probably gonna get a job out of the internship that I'm gonna be doing in like a few months. And so after that, I have to be, working on trying to gain some of my freedom back, basically, in terms of, and so I think that skill is probably going to be pretty useful for me to learn, and so I went for it at least. Yeah, it's not super clear right now, but yeah.
Yeah.
How do you go about learning new things?
Sorry?
How do you go about learning new things?
Oh, this question, I've heard this. Victor was asked this question, I think, as well. To be honest, I think a lot of it is trial and error, and also because I can't tell if I'm performing badly or if I'm performing good. And so what happens is that I'll just try it a lot, and then people will just say that, hey, you're not doing it correctly. Oh, hey, you're not doing it like this. You should be doing it more like this. But yeah, I would say a lot of it's trial and error on my part. And then I figure out like a new method, or I rediscover a new method of doing something that's specific to my situation. One of the with CS Joseph, for example, I learned typology because I get very bored just by watching his videos. So what happens a lot of the time is that I'd watch his videos a little bit and then I'll get bored, and then I'll go to his Discord and start an argument with a few of the people there. And then from that argument, people will correct me. And then afterwards I'll learn a little bit more, and then I'll learn his system a little bit more, like through YouTube. And then that cycle just keeps going on and on and on. And yeah, I would say that would be my answer.
Got anything, Kyle?
What would you consider your greatest achievements?
Greatest achievement. Wow. Probably being persistent at something when things are not going so well. That's probably one of them. I would say persistence. There were several times, because I'm an international student, right? So, and I came to Australia when I was 17, and what the fuck do you know when you're 17? Like, you don't know anything. And what happened was it was very difficult for me to find friends. It was very difficult for me to find people to connect with. And so it was very difficult. It was a rough couple of years for me. Like, and I think I was just glad that I sort of took it in the chin and just kept on going and, started improving myself, and I started understanding why I wasn't a certain way, if that makes sense. Like, it's also why I got into typology, actually, because, I wanted to understand people, and I wanted to understand like how people would work, how people work. Yeah, that would be my answer.
What do you think is 3 words that people would use to describe you?
Uh 3 words to describe me: weird, chaotic, and I'd say people say I'm smart, but that's a big if. I don't know.
Why you say that?
Uh, I don't know. I guess, well, some people have said it to me, but I don't know if it's true or not.
Let's listen to the next question. How you know if something's true or false?
Okay. How do I know if something is true or false? I think if I could make a logical framework in my head where it would, you see, it's kind of hard because, like, I'm not trying to like show TI, but I would say doing a lot of research and confirming my logical framework to that research to see if other people are also like, to see if other people also have similar results to what I have in my brain. Because what I've realized is that something could work in my brain or something could make sense in my brain, but it doesn't mean that it's always true. And so that's why something like looking up like research and journals and that sort of thing is really important as well, because I think like, I mean, that is a thing, right? Like something
Yeah,
could make sense in your head, but then
perfect.
like you actually look it up, and then, oh, it's not like that actually, and then
Good.
you get that feedback loop, and then you get better at doing the thing or understanding the thing or knowing if it's true or false. And I would say that, yeah.
Yeah, you see that a lot with people. I think um some people who would be a TI user, they don't really
Mhm.
confirm a lot of shit, and they be dumb as a bag of rocks because it
Mm.
makes sense to them, but then they don't really verify it with other outside sources. And just because it makes sense to you, it's subjective to your logical framework, which could be ass.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
could be stupid as a TI user 100%.
yeah. It's like I've noticed it's they're either stupid or smart. Like so stupid
No
that
in
it's
between, isn't
ridiculous.
it?
Like
No
T
in
users
between,
usually
is
like
it?
averaging. They're usually
Yeah.
average. Like
Mm.
they're gonna be around the same. But then you have the TI users who are very smart, and then you have fucking plum D dumb ones. Like fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, because they measure their intelligence subjectively, isn't it? Like, there's no outside metric that they care about that they could compare themselves against. That's like, oh, if they get like horrible grades or something like that, oh, it's just stupid. That's TE. That's TE. But the issue is that at the end of the day, that's a metric that people like measure you by. So like, no, like, who cares about how smart you think you are? Even okay, I care about it, but it's like, you need a way to show to people that you are like capable and you're intelligent, that sort of thing. And I
Yeah,
think that's why sometimes confirming things is important. Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
stop talking now. Yeah.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Got anything?
If you had 3 wishes, what would it
3 wishes.
be?
I want to get swole. I want to get swole. I want to have money coming in online so that I could buy my freedom back. And also, I'd want to use my knowledge to help people, I would say. In some way. I know that sounds super cliche, but like that's that's one of the ways that I could find some happiness is through like helping people, which is just so cringe. I know, but what can you do? Yeah.
Hey, totally understand. What do you want to be remembered for?
Oh, this is a what do I want to be remembered for? Hmm. I don't think about this stuff, man. When it comes to this is legacy, right? You're talking about legacy.
Yeah, like after like you're gonna be dead and gone, man. What do you want people to remember?
Remember, man, this is such a cool thing because you're an ENTJ and apparently ENTJs really care about that stuff.
Yeah, I've always thought
And
about legacy, dude. Always. Like legacy's number one. Like that was my number one goal when I was a kid. It's like I need to get my name in history books. Like that's number one goal.
yeah. Uh I think I'd want to be remembered for being able hmm. I'd want to be remembered for getting the thing that I wanted against all odds. That's probably it.
Persistence, huh?
Persistence. It's getting the things it's getting the thing that I want, even if like the situation doesn't call for it. And it's difficult, I know, but like that's probably like that dream, like far off there.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. If you could create one law for the world, what would it be?
Mm, one law for the world. Uh, people need to learn how to think.
People need to learn how to think.
I think, especially if it's like if they're trying to give you advice and like they haven't put that much thought into it, it's really annoying because like I don't know if you're coming at it from a TI perspective or a very FI perspective. And sometimes it's a bit difficult to distinguish, like especially and sometimes I have issues with like trying to get the right kind of input into my brain. Yeah. So
Everybody has to. So your law is people need to learn how to think. Very parent like, huh? What do you think is one thing that's wrong with the world?
one thing that's wrong with the world. I think people need to be more rebellious. People need to chase their dreams more. Like especially when you're young. I think when you're young and you don't have like a mortgage, like or like yeah, you don't have debt or something like actually no, well not nowadays with college and everything you have debt anyway. But uh I think when you're young and you have time and you have the energy and you have the freedom to try new things, I think you should use it to like further your life in some sort of way. And I think taking risk for certain people is really difficult, and I never understand why. Well, okay, I understand why. It's just that I think people should take more risk because well, again, I'm projecting my personality towards other people, right? But maybe some people are okay with, having a normal job for, years and years and years and years, and maybe they're happy with that. And maybe if they move companies, for example, and they're gonna be okay with that. But I just don't, I don't know. I just know that it would not work for me long term. And so that's a big issue for me, and I have to figure it out. Yeah.
Do you have trouble making decisions?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
It's hard for because I'm constantly looking for new things. Like it's hard for me to set like a course for myself in the sense of like I have to pick this. It's easier for someone to pick it for me, weirdly enough, but I also don't like being but I also like see this is the weird thing about me. I like my freedom, but at the same time it's very difficult for me to like set a course for myself in the sense that I probably need someone else to go, hey, maybe try that thing and like keep going through it. And so I think it's because I'm always looking for like the perfect thing to sink my time into, and that's impossible. You can never have that, isn't it? You have to keep you have to try it, and then you have to keep going, and then if it doesn't work for you after a few years, or after a few, well, yeah, I would say a few years, then you move on to the next thing. That's the only way for you to be able to get anything out of anything. So, but it's quite difficult for me because I'm always constantly looking for. I'll look at something. I'll look at like a business model, for example, or I'll look at a hobby or something like that, and I'm like, but yeah, but like I have to deal with I have to deal with that. I have to deal with that. I'm always constantly looking for like why reasons why I shouldn't do it right now, if that makes sense. And I'm like postponing it, if that makes sense. And I think, yeah, that's a big issue. It's something that I need to keep going. It's an issue that I have to deal with. Because there were a few things like I've been going to the gym for like a year, and I've been able to do that pretty consistently, and I was so glad I did it. Like I was so glad I started it because it's again, it's progression, isn't it? It's like you feel like you're putting effort into something, and there's some sort of benefit or some sort of result that you're getting, and that's how it is with everything in life, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Slowly getting better and better.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part about going to the gym for you?
I was so weak when I started.
Everybody
And so
is. Yeah.
when I started, I was so weak, and so I didn't look cool at all. Like I couldn't like do the whole like huge dumbbells things or like start shoulder pressing. I couldn't do it at the beginning, and I was like, man, I look so like because you come in there, right? And like I'm not like, oh, I don't want to look bad or something like that. But you start looking at these people, and they could be deadlifting like 250 kilos or something like that, or like 400 pounds, something like that. And I was like, how the fuck do you do that?
Well, you just stay at it, bro. Like I tell everybody the same thing when I first started lifting weights. Like my brother used to like be like, "Yo, bro, you're an idiot." My brother's ENTP, but
Right.
like when I curl or something, one arm would go up before the other one, or like when I was benching, one arm would go up one. He would be like throwing shit down, like this motherfucker is so stupid. Like he's like, you are like bodily challenged is what he would call it, bodily challenged. So I mean, that's how it is. But now I'm like, I can walk into any gym in the world, and people would be like, "Oh, this guy's really strong. This guy's really big." But when I first started, like I said, you couldn't have started worse than me. There's no like, but I always had a vision and a goal of where I wanted to be. So it never bothered me, but it was tough at first, because if one arm go up before the other ones, he's like, "What the fuck is this?" Or like, bro, it's like, bro, it's like I've never seen somebody curl like this. What is this? He's very stickler about form and stuff like that, but it helped me in the long term.
Can I ask you about your ENTP brother? Because like I've seen some of your videos, and apparently this guy used to like shit on you for not being good at sports or something like that.
Oh, my brother never shit on me. He never shit on me, but like you could just see the disappointment in his face.
Damn.
You could just see like, well, ENTP is never gonna like really shit on you unless like unless it's like in a moment. I'll never forget this one time we were playing basketball, and I had to throw the ball in, right? And I threw the ball in, and the other person got it, and they scored. And my brother, we lost, and my brother just fucking went crazy. It's like, God damn it! And then like 5 minutes later, he's like, "Man, it's okay, man. It's like, but it's just
it's okay, man."
But in the moment, because he really wanted to win. That's the thing about ENTPs. They try to act like they don't really care about something or they care about achievements, but deep down they really do care, and they're really fucking competitive. people get that misconception. Like deep down, they really are like they really want to win, but they won't like outwardly show like somebody like who's a T user like, yeah, bro, fuck this, I'm only in it to win or in it to be the best. They're not like very like braggadocious, but they do care about that.
I was just confused because like I don't think ENTPs are supposed to be like sports related because like they have SE, extroverted sensing demon, right? They're not supposed to be good at sports in the beginning at least. And so how the hell is he like winning these stuffs? Or maybe he put in a lot of effort. Who knows?
I don't know how he did it because I never seen him practice anything, but I don't know, man. You'll see like a lot of like any users are pretty decent at sports and fighting. A lot of them really do fighting and stuff like that. Really good. I don't know. My brother was just fucking way better than me. I know that. He motivated me because I sucked. I sucked so goddamn bad. And I looked at him and I was like, fuck, man. I fucking suck. Like, I got to come up with something. And I used to the funny thing is like we're two different sides of a coin because I would always tell my brother, you lack focus. Like that was my thing to piss him off. Was just like, you lack fucking focus. Like if I have to do something 10,000 times, I'll do it. Like my brother's like, you know. Like I'm
later.
Yeah. He's like that.
Fuck that shit.
You know, it's like he doesn't want to focus on really anything. You know, he could be very good at a lot of stuff, but he can't focus. Like he's done rap songs, he's done sports, he's done other businesses. He can't focus on shit. He just can't fucking focus on shit. And I'm like, that's your problem. And I've always told him that since we were kids, like you can't fucking focus. Yeah. And he'll say, you're fucking closed-minded. So it's like the opposite. You're fucking closed-minded. You don't know shit about the world. You think you know shit and you don't know anything. But that's just how he is.
Isn't that weird how he's the guy that has SE demon and he's telling you that you don't know anything about the world? I don't know. I think ENTP. I don't know. I think ENTPs like have that issue sometimes.
The thing about ENTPs is they have NE, so they're always chasing possibilities. And by chasing those possibilities, they become way more well-rounded than somebody who's like an NI user. Because they're always like trying new things. They're always doing new things. So they're accumulating these experiences and they're always open, as in somebody like myself is very closed-minded. And like I will perceive that I know more about the world than I do through my intuition. You see what I'm saying? But like the ENTPs out there trying new things. They're trying new things and they're getting these scars and you know, a lot of times sometimes they responsibilities and get fucked up. But
I got scars from fucking I had a dude, I bought a scooter and I wanted to go to like my research lab when I was doing my thesis. And it was early in the morning and I was late. I wanted to cut through a golf course. And it wasn't a good idea because like that was probably one of the only ways, one of the fastest ways for me to get there. And you know, I fucking throttled that bitch up, and then I came in with some like a few like rocks on the ground. So like it was like a trailway that had a lot of rocks. It was like rocky roads. And then I fell down, because it was like throttled up, and I fell down, and then I was like, and I literally stayed on the ground for like a minute. And then some rich golf dude came in and like, hey, are you okay? And I was like, no. You think I look okay? This happens. I don't know why. I don't know why these things happen.
Yeah, like freaking Kyle's got a lot of stories too from chasing his fucking any possibilities. A lot of and I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? How you do that?
You end up just trying shit for some reason. I don't know why. Even if like you get I get uncomfortable very easily, but like for some reason I just try things and I end up just trying things. I don't know why.
It like increases like I've noticed that paradox with ENTPs, like they contribute to their own uncomfortability because they're always trying new shit and they can't just like do the safe or they can't do safe shit or care about security or anything like that. They just have to chase these possibilities that ends up fucking them up. And now they got all this like uncomfortability. And sometimes like Kyle will say, like whenever he like gets into like an argument with somebody, he takes it to the same level that they do. If not, right. What do you say, Kyle?
Yeah, it's just kind of like you batch the energy, you know. It's like if you're gonna take it there, I'll take it there, or we'll go a little bit higher.
like a
Right.
kind of water approach. It's kind of like a weird water approach, like meeting the container. Like if you like
Right.
at an ENTP, they don't fucking go crazy back at you. It's either they'll either leave or they'll fucking match that shit or go a little bit higher. It's crazy. You'll see that. Shelly, are you there?
Yeah.
Shelly, are you hungover, Shelly?
Nobody's talking to me.
Are you pulling a Murcer and Kyle?
I can't hear you.
I said, are you pulling a Murcer and Kyle hungover?
No, I like can't hear you.
Okay, well, man. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and break it down. We've already pretty much
Yeah.
agreed on it. The
Yep.
first thing you said was sales and marketing in the future. That was the first thing you talked
Yep.
about. That was future focus. So show that you're future focused. Your mindset was keep trucking. That's a progression mindset. You want to get some of your freedom back. So that means you prioritize freedom, which is pragmatic. Trial and error is like your main method of doing things, which is progression mindset. You try a lot of things and then you figure it out how you're gonna go about it as progression again. And then you find your new methods or whatnot. That's systematic. Cycle keeps going on and on. That's gonna be abstract, looking at the cycles and stuff like that, patterns. Difficult to find people to connect with. You said when you first moved, difficult finding people to connect with. That's an FE approach, connection. You talked about the 3 words, weird, chaotic, and smart. And then when you said smart, you self-deprecated. That's going to be FE. So logical framework in your head, that's TI, obviously. Confirm the logical framework, TI. Buy your freedom back again was one thing you talked about, pragmatic. Using your knowledge to help people is one thing that you want to do. That's FE. And like you said, like you can't help but like want to help people. That's going to be FE child. Very childish. Find happiness through helping people. That's FE again. You want to be known for persistency or persistence. That's your SI inferior coming out and going aspirational. People need to learn how to think. That's your TI parent coming out. I like my freedom. So that's pragmatic. And a big thing you do is like you will talk about something and then mid-sentence you'll argue another case. That's fucking
what it is?
like you'll be talking about something and then you like in mid-sentence you're like, well, I can see this side. Like that's showing that like your any just comes in and you can like argue the other side, any and TI. So with that being said, man, you're an ENTP.
Okay, I was right. There's 2 people that said that. I got mine right in the beginning as well, which I thought was pretty cool. Can I get a look at my Enneagram? Because this is the thing that I was looking for, yeah. Because this is what I was looking for.
You're pretty hard here. You're pretty hard because you see Shelly, you there?
Yeah.
What do you think for his Enneagram?
I mean, I'd say I'd lean towards 7 if I had to.
I would probably,
everything. I don't know.
I think I don't see you as a 4, and I don't see you as a 5 because you don't really care. You seem to like have a plan the way you want to go and stuff. So I actually think you might be like a 3W4 or something, or 3W2, one of those, maybe achiever. Picking up
3, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking more of a 3.
Mm.
Well, what do you get for
Have you taken an Enneagram test?
Oh no, I haven't. Well, I have, but like, how good are those? Like, let's be honest. Like,
Yeah,
how good are they at?
Usually you'll get a
knowing
7,
the
right? You usually get a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got like a 7, an 8, a 5. I rarely get a 3, but a 5 and a 7, because 5 is a thinker, isn't it? I think. I'm not very
5 is a
familiar
thinker.
with
Usually 5s are going to be your NETI users
NETI, so INTPs.
and ENTPs because it's learning for the sake of learning, like just pure curiosity. As in, like, not everybody wants to just learn for the sake of learning. So you usually get your ENTPs there and your INTPs. But you seem to like have a vision and goal of where you want to go. And you're like, you don't really talk about that just for the sake of it. You just kind of like you seem as though like you want to like get a business, stuff like that. So
Maybe not a business right now, but just online money for now. That's not a thing that let's not think that far. That's gonna piss me off. It's gonna be like, oh no, how the fuck am I gonna do this business?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but well, it's a thing where I think I end up learning the skills that I needed anyway. Like with typology, I found it like by accident, and then I realized that okay, well, if I knew how to type people, that's gonna be pretty good with sales and marketing, isn't it? Because I'm constantly working with people, and also it's just a good skill to learn anyway. And like typology and being able to type people, understand how they work and understand how they think, understand, you know. So, but I like I really I didn't have to force myself to like learn it. I was genuinely interested, but maybe, you know, do you have any thoughts on maybe like so why three? Why three?
I think 3 because you seem a lot of ENTPs start a lot of shit and they don't finish anything, but it seems as though you're able to actually finish a lot of things. It's like your school and things like that. Like a lot of ENTPs don't even like. My brother went to school for a little bit and fucking just stopped. Okay, he just fucking stopped. But it seems though like you have the ability to like kind of get that done. So like, and a lot of times ENTPs are like kind of all over the place, but like you're seeming to be like a lot more focused on the goals. Like your sales, marketing, and all of that seems to be more focused on that. So it's looking more like a 3 than anything. Like you're a curious person, but it's not like overwhelmingly showing that like you're like naturally curious. Like some of the 5s will be like, I just want to learn everything about this and everything about this and then everything about this and everything about this. Like they'll keep going on about it, but you're like kind of like, I can learn about it if I want to, if I'm curious, if I run into it, but it's not doesn't seem like it's a natural first line of thinking. It's kind of like I'm on my journey and I'll learn things just to satisfy my TI of understanding, but it's not like you're just naturally curious like Albert Einstein or some shit.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, well, finishing things has never been easy for me. I sort of just had to do it out of necessity so that I could get whatever I wanted. But yeah, so like it's never easy. I'm not at the end of the day, I'm still a starter type. I'm not a finisher type. So it's still very difficult. I had to finish my thesis. It was like 16,000 words or something like that. And I procrastinate the whole way through and I finished it in like 3-4 days. I was like working 16-hour days. It was ridiculous. I shouldn't have done it. But I did it, like I finished it, and I mean I like the result anyway. But yeah, it was very difficult for me to like still finish things, but just get to, you know, like it's a skill that I'm trying to learn. Like, you know, it just happens. Like, but yeah. What's the wing 4 and the wing 2, by the way?
So wing 2 is kind of like 2 is gonna be more on the helping people, and 4 is kind of it's more about individuality in yourself. So they're like naturally different. Like if you're an achiever, but you're more into like your own individuality, your own identity, about being special, stuff like that, you're gonna be leaning more into the 4. And if your like whole goal is like to help people more than anything with your achievements and one, you're gonna be more of a 2. So I definitely
think I'm more 4. I think I'm more 4. 3 wing 4 probably sounds a little bit more like me.
3 wing 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that's tapping. I would say that's tapping into your like Wayfarer. Actually, no. That's tapping into like your intj, isn't it? Intj. Whereas I think helper 3 wing 2 would be more isfj. I think I'm a little bit more intj than isfj, even through like whatever CS Joseph said. So yeah. So like with the system that you're using, I'm actually quite curious on this. So like, do you guys believe in, for example, like, you know, someone that could be an ENTP and they would have a focus on being more INTJ or being more ISFJ, or like
I think
yeah.
just naturally when you notice, it's all about that upbringing a lot. Because damn, Kyle, is your shit froze? Kyle, your shit froze. Oh shit, it was froze. You froze, Kyle. Yeah, like for instance, Kyle is more FE focused. His ENTP is more FE focused. So he comes off a little bit different than somebody like my brother who's he's more shadow focused. It's a lot easier for me to hang around somebody like Kyle than it is to be around my brother. My brother kind of like He can make people feel good, but it's not like his first line of defense. Like it's like it's there, but it's not like overwhelming. Like
Right.
he's kind of like he go about F child in his own way. It's very specific. And it's a lot of times he make you eat shit. To be around him a lot of times he make you eat shit. Like, you know, it's tough. It's tough. But he's more like intj focused. But he has like, and we have another friend who is he was a war baby. I don't know if you know what a war baby is. But his mom was like raped and he was born from that. He's an ENTP. That motherfucker, you would think he an ESFP, but he's actually an ENTP.
Super ego. It's like super
yeah, he's
ego.
so jaded by life. Like he's so jaded by life. So he's like literally always in SC demon mode, ready to like fuck some shit up and do shit like that all the time. So it's like between like Kyle, my brother, and him, it's like 3 different ENTPs. Totally different ones. Like I can't be around that other guy, the one that's in his demon all the time, because like you're allowed to get your life fucked up because he might do something and not you in a predicament because of fucking his ass. Kyle learned the hard way.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
But
so
it's
you
all
guys
about,
still
like,
use that focus? Yeah, you guys still use that system of focus?
Yeah, I mean, you just notice some people are more child function focused, and then if more function focused, they're gonna be like more into the subconscious, you know. And then if somebody's like more into that critic, then they're gonna be like unconscious. And then you have the rare people that like demon focused, who's had like shit lives, and they just like fucking hate themselves. Like my friend Steffi, fucking crazy. I can't be around that guy. I end up in jail or something, you know, just random occurrence. Like, and he'll be like, bro, I didn't know this was gonna happen. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. We're already in jail now because of your stupid ass. And then he'll like fold out and act like he didn't do anything because now he's uncomfortable and he's just gonna fucking run and act like, whoa, everybody's always picking on me. Like, man, shut the fuck up.
I feel like an ENTP would do that, not gonna lie. Like, oh, they what is it? They look for comfort themselves, but like they can't give comfort to other people.
Yeah.
Like how they act might affect other people, but they just don't realize it. It's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely work on that, like giving people a good experience. That's just how life is. That's what sales is. Giving people good experience. Kyle's really good. Kyle, what's your advice on sales?
Well, you have to connect. If you like, it depends. I guess sales in general is probably like a #1 skill. I think like 75 or 80% of all millionaires their leading skill is sales. And so it's like being able to have that connection with people, because I think more so than anything, people just want to have a connection with somebody. Like I was always told, like, if let's just say you're selling cars or selling houses, people are looking for who they can buy from. Like people want to buy from a friend. So I worked in sales for a while and I always just made friends. I never even talked about the product. I was just like, oh, hey, where are you guys from? And just kept working things till I made a connection. Oh, you're over there. Oh, the weather, this, oh, that. Never even talked about the product. You know, oh, you got a family? Where are you from? You from there originally? How do you like it there? You know, just I always just made friends. You know, I always made people feel good, connected with them.
And it helps to know what people want too.
What people want is any, isn't it? Yeah, so you guys use that system as well. Yeah.
Kyle's he's good at knowing what people want. And the other day he's like, bro, you just tell them what they want. I'm like, bro, I use it, bro. I don't tell people what they want. You know, it's like it doesn't work like that, you know. It's like, bro, just tell them what they want to hear. So I'm like, bro, that shit doesn't work. Like my brain kind of like shuts down, like smoke starts coming up my head, like
because that's your critic, isn't it? That's your critic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't use okay.
Yeah, you just want to get people talking. The more you can get somebody to talk, the more they're gonna tell you what they want.
Right, gotcha. Yeah. I think like the issue, the thing is, like, I think being able to work with people and with like going into sales and marketing, that sort of thing. I think it's a thing that's gonna hopefully push me back to subconscious focus.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe get back into ISFJ, because I don't know, I've been thugging it out in INTJ land for a while. So
You don't want to do
it's,
that.
yeah, it's not very, it's not. I think you need the wisdom from like being an IT, that, you know, being able to finish things and, you know, performing and that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, your brain will prefer your subconscious, isn't it?
Well, I think just in general, you have to your unconscious focus. A lot of times, you're not really taking care of your inferior function a lot, and that will lead to problems, especially with a ENTP, because what'll happen is you'll have no security, no jobs, no finances. You got to take care of that shit, or you're gonna be that ENTP out here like asking other people for money, sleeping on the bridges, sleeping on people's couches and shit like that. You don't want that. So,
I do not want that. Yeah.
and you also want to feel good about yourself. Like at the end of the day, if you feel good about yourself, then you're gonna put a lot forth better effort in a lot of things in life. You know, if you feel like shit about yourself, then usually that's gonna come out into the world. You know, so
Yeah, and so would unconscious focus make it so that I don't feel good about myself, or is that an indication?
well, it's just you won't be using your child function line. A lot of people get relief or they start feeling good when they're using that child function, and they're doing decently well with that inferior function. You're gonna start feeling good about yourself. But if you're
Yeah.
not doing good and you run away from them, then you're not really gonna feel good about yourself. You're gonna be like, oh man, you know, that persistency that you're trying to work on, that's what's gonna make you feel
Yeah,
better.
yeah, because I think, yeah, using your subconscious makes you feel good, isn't it? And I think I just need one thing and pick one thing that I can put a lot of effort, then that I can put effort into, and then hopefully it works out. And but I think, see, the thing is, this is something that I've learned from even C.S. Joseph, but like when you start going into your unconscious, you start understanding, if you're an ENTP, for example, you start, for example, understanding what to put effort into, because that's an issue for ENTPs, apparently. Because we have FI tricks, we have FI trickster, which means that we don't really know what's valuable to us. We sort of know what's valuable to other people. We don't know what's actually valuable to us. So we spend a lot of time, like throughout our youth, for example, putting effort into things that it's just like it's meaningless. And so I think I think it's good that I was able to get into unconscious focus for a bit, and then but obviously I have to go back into ISFJ. And
Well,
yeah.
I don't really think about things like that. I just like the overall goal is become the best version of yourself always. No matter what it is, if you feel as though you need to read more books to be the best version of yourself, to grow your TI parent. If you feel
Yep.
as though you need to take care of your health more, like getting your ass in the gym, taking care of your like meal prepping and things like that, whatever it takes to be the best version of yourself, if I can just do it,
Yeah.
like it's bottom line, like you have no like you just can't get away from it. Like that's what I naturally want people to do, is to be the best version of themselves. Like I'm not trying to limit people by saying, "Oh, go unconscious focus, subconscious." No, 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 no. Best version of yourself. The other day, Kyle actually gave me like a pretty good idea on the ENTPs, and he said like ENTPs should just try things out until they find their passion, and once they find their passion, everything else will flow from that. I thought that was a pretty good thing that he said the other day about that. So
Yeah. I think that's a good plan. What is your passion, Kyle?
My
Or are you
passion,
still like trying to, are you still trying to look for it? Or
business is really my passion.
business, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm in business. I have a business, and so business is really my passion. You know.
It's fun, isn't it? Like even with the stress and everything, business is like good for NE and TI and FE.
Correct.
What is it? So like
hmm
I don't know, like a lot of ENTPs end up doing business because they have high NE, right? So it's like they know what people want and they're creating a solution with TI parent and SI inferior and systematic and that sort of thing. And they get a lot of happiness from helping people anyway. And like at the end of the day, business is like, you know, you gain money by helping people, or at
and
least that's
freedom
what most businesses. Yeah,
and the
and
freedom,
the freedom as well.
Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah.
so it fits all of it together. all in one nice little thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would go crazy working a 9 to 5, the same walls, same office, same desk, same routine would drive me absolutely crazy.
Dude, you have no idea.
I do. I do.
When I was, bro, I was doing the research and I was there 5 days a week, 9 to 5. And I was in a lab somewhere and like doing super like consistent and like super routine experiments all the time. I swear to God, I haven't felt worse in any time in my life. It was just horrible. I was like, I wanted to keep thugging through because I was like, just finish this, dude. You don't have to keep going in academia. You can go into business. You can go into industry. But man, it was horrible. But I was so glad it was over. I was like, just
Yeah.
I'm glad that you found, something that works for you and well for us, basically. Seems like business is like one of the answers to our problems, isn't it?
Yeah. It keeps you occupied.
Yeah.
Well, man, we got another type of session in 10 minutes, man. It was nice talking
All right.
to you. You chat anytime, brother.
All right. Yeah, I'll be on the Discord.
All right. All right. Take it easy, Jordan.
All right,
All
man.
right. Thank you. All right.
Jelly's
Thank you,
fucking
Murcer.
hungover. All right.
Thank
take
you,
it easy, bro.
Kyle. Yep.